state and local assistance is absolutely essential. If we don't give states, counties, and cities some relief from their loss of revenue and the actual expenses of COVID-19, they are faced with some grim choices.
The states also need it now. Not about the states being amorphous. What is this for? This is for the very people who are helping us in the pandemic.
We talk about providing federal aid so the states don't have to cut essential services. We're talking about saving lives, and we're talking about saving jobs.
As lawmakers continue to negotiate over what should be in a new coronavirus relief bill, Democrats, as you hear, are pushing to give bailout money to states, largely blue states, which Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell has rejected. In a new op-ed, our next guest says Republicans must not cave on blue state bailouts. Joining us right now, Florida Senator and former governor of, current senator, former governor of Florida, Rick Scott. Rick, good morning to you.
Good morning. I mean, we can't blink on this. I mean, think about it. I got elected with Andrew Cuomo back in 2010 as governors. His budget today, before COVID, was double per person ours in Florida. He's never watched his money. I don't believe Florida taxpayers ought to pay for the excesses of New York or California or Illinois or New Jersey. And by the way, Ron Johnson from Wisconsin and I have sent letters to these governors and say, tell us how you spent the $1 trillion we've given you access to. Right? First off, the letter this month don't tell us anything because they don't want to give us the information. The one we did in June, only 10 governors responded. The governors that basically opened their economies, their unemployment rate's way down. It's dropped in half. And by the way, you look at who we're giving the money to. Of the 10 states with the lowest unemployment, 9 are Republican. The 10 states with the highest unemployment, 8 are Democrat. And by the way, they always say, oh, their revenues are horrible. That's a lie. According to the Wall Street Journal, California's revenues are $10 billion above projections, and New York's in September were 4% above 2019. So these states just want it. They don't need it. They just want a free ride here with our money.
But you heard what those Democrats just said, Senator. Essentially, they were saying, if you don't help bail us out, then when they're talking about essential services, they're talking about, you're talking about we're going to have to cut healthcare workers, first responders, we're going to have to lay off teachers, stuff like that. How dare you mean Republicans do that?
Well, let's see. On health care, we gave them, what, $175 billion. With our schools, we gave them $30 billion. We gave them $50 billion for Medicaid. We've given them, I mean, you add it all up, we've given them access to $1 trillion. And so this is not about COVID. This is about Democrats want to bail out their buddies that can't live within their means. I mean, Cuomo cannot balance a budget. He doesn't know how to do it. And by the way, think about it. The guy is saying, even without the COVID money, we're raising your taxes again. Well, that's been pretty consistent. Whatever these guys can think of, whatever the crisis is, gosh, I got to raise your taxes. You know what? That's why people are leaving these states in droves, and they're coming to Florida. I mean, you wouldn't believe the number of homes that are getting sold in Florida from people leaving California and Illinois and New York and New Jersey because they're sick and tired of these Democrats raising their taxes.
It's also beautiful weather down there. I think that has something to do with it. But speaking of COVID, Senator, the White House has a report that is now designating Florida as a red zone and says that you got to do more to mitigate the problems, you know, masks and stuff like that. So you look at the difference between New York, where I'm sitting right now, where they're talking about perhaps having another complete shutdown very, very soon, or Florida, which is not shut down, it's wide open.
Well, first off, look, it's our responsibility. Wear your mask, social distance, wash your hands, you know, be careful. I mean, that's what we have to do. If you've been around somebody or you tested positive, like I did, you know, a month or so ago, you got to quarantine, which I did. So that's what you have to do. But we got to get this economy going. Look at this. But go back, Steve. These states that have the bad unemployment, that's what they're doing. They keep shutting these things down. How can people put food on the table if they don't have a job? And you know, these guys like Cuomo, they don't care. They're doing fine. He's always done fine. It's everybody else that he's hurting the poorest families in his state. We're not going to do that in Florida. But you got information.
But the Senate has got to do something. You guys have got, and I know you want to do something with the COVID bill. Is that going to happen?
I hope. I mean, what we need to do is we need to help the people who have lost their jobs. We need to help our small businesses. We got to make sure we continue to ramp up our testing. We got to get this vaccine out. I mean, people think what this economy is going to do. People are so excited about this vaccine. I want to thank the president and his whole team for getting this out. So it's going to really help our economy, and it's going to be great for people.
Indeed, it is. It's going to be a lifesaver. Rick Scott, Senator from Florida. Sir, thank you very much.
Nice seeing you, Steve. Good morning.